This is a liftmaster half horsepower professional. You can see the gear on the top broken there. Usually an indicator when you see the chain hanging, that's your first sign. Always unplug the unit for safety reasons. Alright, so I have the lenses off. As you can see, unit is unplugged. Here's the top of the gear that's broken. Alright, usually sits right in here like that. Chain wraps around it and it rotates up and down to open the door. You'll see when the new gear gets installed how it looks on here. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to remove the 4 screws, which are right here on the side. You have 2 on this side. You have 1 right here, 1 here, obviously 2 on the other side, and then you're going to remove right underneath the light bulb. You're going to have 1 on the inside here, okay, and 1 on the inside there. All right, remove those so we can take the shell off. I'll show you how that looks in just a second. All right, from here, you're just going to simply pull down on here. That might need a flat head maybe to pry it off from the other side. But you're just going to simply pull down just like that. And you're going to notice how the whole thing will come right off. All right, right there. There it is. You got the shell off. Okay, elements are exposed. That's all you're going to need right now. Okay, this is an important part right here that you don't want to overlook. These are your limits, okay, that open and close the door. So when the door opens, here it is right here. This is your up limit, okay? This piece right here is going to slide back and forth. Let's see if I can get a better view for you right here. This piece right here is going to slide. When you go to close the door, this metal piece is going to slide along here. It's going to slide all the way like this. It's going to keep going until it hits this metal contact. Once it hits this metal contact, the door is going to stop. If you need to move the door up or down, you simply turn this lever and it'll move this contact further away to move the door down more or closer to close the door sooner. Now this is your up limit. Why it's important to look at this now is to see where your contact is before you set your gear, and it looks like it's all the way touching the up limit right here, which means you're going to want your trolley set in the up position. So if it's all the way down, you're going to want to move that trolley all the way up and set it here. If you don't do that, you're going to create a problem, because if you don't have it set like that, this trolley is going to come back and slam into this bolt. Okay, it could break your gear again, or it could jam. It'll slam in here if this contact is not touching the up limit. So let's say you have this contact here in the middle, but your trolley's set right here. Well, it's going to have to keep going until that contact hits, which means it's going to slam into the bolt. Okay, so again, look at your contact, see where it's at. If it's in the middle, I'll move my trolley to the middle. Okay, if it's all the way touching the bottom, I'll move my trolley to the closed position where the door is closed. Right now, it's in the up position, touching the top contact. So for that reason, since it's in the up position, touching the top contact, we're going to move the trolley to the up, where it's supposed to be already. Alright, so to keep this from moving, sliding back and forth when you go to tighten the chain, I like to put a vice grip right there, lock it in place, so now I can take this piece off before I put it over my new gear, which I'm going to do now. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do to remove this gear, there's a little bracket in here, a little pin. You can just pull it out like that, okay? See it? Just pull it straight out, right there. Alright, that comes out. You pull this piece, pull it straight down. Sometimes these are jammed over a long time. A little hard to get out. You just have to wiggle them like that. Alright, right there. That piece is off. I'll show you the 2 pieces again. Right there. Okay? So we got those out. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove 3 screws, 5/16. You might need a 5/16 or 8mm. Okay, so here's this one. There's another one right in here. Oh, hard to see, too, right here. And there's one right underneath the logic board coverings, which is going to be right there. See it. Yeah, you can see it right in here, okay? To get a better view for you guys. Sorry, I'm using my cell phone, so it's the best view right there. Alright, right underneath the wires. So we're going to do 3. The thing about this one is, you'll be able to access 2 of these with your 5/16 socket set right here. Okay. Right here underneath the logic board. There. By the logic board, I should say. Alright, the last one is a thing. Okay, the last one you have to do by hand. Okay, so it's right here. You have to loosen that. I'm going to have to put the phone down for a second. Alright, but just to give you an idea, you're just going to have to loosen it like that, okay? So let me put the phone down. Alright, finished doing it by hand, so I'm going to put the phone in there and pull it out. Alright, so we got it loose. Okay, 3 screws are off. All you're going to do is I'll simply come up in here. Alright, grab your gear. Well, this top already broke off. But look, grab in here, pull it straight out. Okay, that's it. The gear is out. Alright, I just took a little rag and a little degreaser and wiped down the top. Clean that area up before you put the new gear on there. It doesn't have to be completely spotless, but just clean that area for all that gunk can do. Alright. Alright, so here in your gear bag, you're going to have your gear, okay, that comes in, and you're going to get a pack of grease. Okay, you're going to want to use this grease. You're going to want to grease up. I'll show you here just a second. Mount this phone the best way I can. Okay. Here you're going to want to get this grease inside these teeth, okay? Just put a drop of grease in every. You don't have to soak it too crazy, but get some in there, okay? Right along like that. Okay, grease it in there, right in there. Okay, remember the piece that we popped out on the last gear, right on the bottom? Pull that piece out, right there. Pull that out, pull that off. Okay, we'll pop that in last. Put a little bit of grease on there. Slap it in there. A bit of grease on that. Alright, pay attention to these holes on the top of this unit here. Alright, I'll show you here. 1 second. What I'm talking about. You have 1, 2, 3. And you have 1 by itself and 2 over here. You want to align these holes on the new gear. Okay? So the new gear comes up. It's going to just be simple. You're going to slide it right in. Right there. Do the wiring, okay? And then you're going to look inside. Alright. Right there. Top of the gear. You're going to slide it right in here. Right? See that? Boom. Drop it. Okay. Just like that. Now we got to line our 3 holes, remember? So, see the holes there. Line it up. On the top. Right there. Right there. Good. Alright, push your screws back in. First one. second one directly underneath the wiring by the latch cord. Careful when you're doing that one, you're not pinching the wires.
Surprise!
So that extra one snug. Now the third one, the one that everyone hates. Okay, it's going to be right in here. All that grease out of the way. Right there. Okay? We'll do that one by hand. Third one right there. Remember, you got to do this one by hand. Alright, we're going to take this piece here, you're going to flip it like this. If you look right here, there's a tiny little hole right there. Right? You're going to slide this piece right in here. Slide it up. You're going to want to match that opening with the hole, which it is right there. Take your piece, pin, and you're going to just poke it right through. Okay, like that. All the way in. There it is. Connected. The gear is officially installed. Alright, let's go do the chain. Alright, so we got to wrap the chain around here, around the sprocket. Remember this. You're going to have to loosen this chain up because there's no way you're going to have enough. Now I'm going to pull on the chain that I have it loosened right about there. Okay, I'm going to pull on this chain and I'm going to put it right around here. Okay, just like that. Okay, we have the chain on. Okay, we didn't take this off, we just loosened it. Chain is on. Now we need to tighten the chain back to how we had it. Mounted for you guys in a better position. You guys can see this better. Okay. All right, chain is tightened. You can see that. All right. Get a little like that. Okay. Everything's in place. We're gonna test it out. We're gonna plug her in and see what happens with her. Bring her down. So notice that went all the way down by itself and it went too far down, so the door ended up kicking back up, okay? So we need to adjust the limit here.